Imagine life without a fridge. Sounds tough, right? But for the Amish, it's just everyday life. Instead of relying on electricity, they use root cellars, ice houses, and salt curing to keep food fresh. These simple, time-tested food preservation methods help them stay self-sufficient while respecting nature. Long before fridges, people found smart ways to preserve food, proving that where there's a need, there's a way. One of the most effective ways the Amish keep food cold is by using root cellars, a method as old as civilization itself. These underground storage spaces act like nature's very own icebox, maintaining a consistently low temperature, typically between 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This makes them perfect for storing vegetables, fruits, dairy, and other perishables, keeping them crisp and fresh without the hum of an electrical appliance. The secret lies in the Earth's natural insulation, which protects against temperature fluctuations much like a thick wool blanket keeps out the winter chill. A well-ventilated root cellar is like a time capsule, preserving the essence of harvest season long after the fields have gone bare. Its cool, damp air wraps around the stored produce, slowing decay and ensuring that each apple, potato, and jar of preserves maintains its vitality. The walls, often lined with stone or packed earth, absorb and release moisture in perfect harmony, preventing excessive dryness or dampness that could compromise the food's longevity. Proper airflow is key, whisking away excess humidity and preventing mold from creeping in like an uninvited guest. Barrels of root vegetables sit nestled in sawdust, their contents resting in a natural slumber, protected until needed. With careful planning and upkeep, root cellars continue to provide an age-old solution to modern refrigeration, proving that the wisdom of the past still holds value today. Wooden shelves cradle baskets of onions, bunches of herbs, and rows of glistening preserves, each one a promise of sustenance through the coldest months. Crates of carrots, their orange hue still vibrant, rest beside cabbages wrapped in their leafy armor, waiting patiently for their turn in a hearty stew. Glass jars filled with golden honey, deep red jams, and pickled vegetables line the walls, a visual feast of preserved abundance. Stepping into a root cellar feels like a journey back in time, where survival relied not on electricity, but on foresight and respect for nature's rhythms. In an era dominated by convenience, root cellars serve as a symbol of resilience, patience, and the enduring harmony between human ingenuity and the natural world. Salt has been a cornerstone of food preservation for centuries, a simple yet powerful ingredient that extends the life of perishables like a magician freezing time. The Amish, much like ancient civilizations, use salt not just as a seasoning, but as a shield against spoilage. By rubbing generous amounts of salt onto food, they draw out moisture, making it impossible for bacteria to thrive. It's a process as old as the pyramids, once prized like gold and used as currency by Roman soldiers. Salt curing works by dehydrating food, creating an inhospitable environment for decay, much like drying clothes under the scorching sun prevents mildew. This method is not only effective, but also ensures that the food retains its essential nutrients for long-term consumption. For dairy products such as cheese, salt enhances both flavor and longevity, allowing wheels of cheese to age gracefully rather than rot prematurely. Even vegetables can be preserved with salt, packed away in briny solutions that transform simple cucumbers into crisp pickles bursting with tangy goodness. Meat, when properly salt cured, develops an intense, savory depth, turning cuts of pork and beef into delicacies that can last for months. The salt penetrates deep into the fibers, locking in both taste and texture, making every bite a testament to time-honored preservation techniques. The magic of salt curing lies not only in preservation, but in taste. Food that has been salted develops a deep, rich character that mere refrigeration could never achieve. From thick slabs of butter wrapped in salt to crunchy, salted vegetables stored for winter use, the Amish prove that sometimes the oldest methods are still the best, standing firm against time like a lighthouse in a storm of modern conveniences. With its ability to preserve and enhance flavor, salt remains a fundamental element of Amish food storage, ensuring that their pantries remain stocked and their meals full of the robust tastes of the past. Today, as more people seek natural and sustainable food preservation methods, the Amish tradition of salt curing serves as a reminder that nature itself provides the most reliable solutions, requiring only patience and knowledge to unlock its full potential. Smoking isn't just about enhancing flavor. It's an ancient art form that turns preservation into a craft. By reducing moisture and surrounding food with a smoky embrace, this method creates an inhospitable environment for bacteria, making spoilage a distant worry. The Amish, like generations before them, have perfected this technique, carefully tending to smoldering wood as if conducting a slow burning symphony. The process is not simply about keeping food from going bad, it's about transforming it into something greater. Foods such as cheese, nuts, and even certain vegetables are placed in the path of curling smoke, absorbing the deep, woody notes of hickory, apple, or cherry wood, each variety imparting its own unique character. A smoked wheel of cheese becomes more than dairy, it becomes an experience, each bite carrying whispers of the fire it once danced above. Nuts, once ordinary, develop a rich, roasted essence that lingers on the tongue like a well-told story. Even produce takes on a new identity, morphing into something with depth and complexity. Much like a fine wine improves with age, smoked foods gain an unmistakable richness over time, a testament to the patience and craftsmanship involved in their preparation. Whether hanging meats in a smokehouse or cold smoking cheeses in a wooden shed, the Amish use fire not just as a tool but as an ally in their fight against waste, proving that nature itself provides the most reliable means of preservation. The controlled exposure to smoke creates layers of flavor while extending the shelf life of food, making it a crucial element in traditional food storage. As more people seek natural and artisanal ways to preserve and prepare their food, the Amish approach to smoking serves as a reminder that slow, careful methods often yield the richest rewards. For certain foods, sugar is combined with salt to create a curing process that not only prolongs freshness, but also enhances flavor, much like an artist adding delicate brushstrokes to a masterpiece. This method is particularly effective for preserving fruits, allowing them to be stored without refrigeration while maintaining their natural sweetness. Imagine biting into a dried apple or pear months after harvest, its flavor intensified and its texture chewy yet satisfying, a taste of summer in the depths of winter. Sugar, much like salt, acts as a natural preservative by drawing moisture out of food, leaving bacteria with no place to thrive. The Amish have long used this method to create dried fruit snacks that can be stored for months, much like nature's very own candy. Think of sugar-cured treats as tiny time capsules, preserving the essence of ripe, sun-kissed fruit long after the orchards have gone bare. Whether dusting slices of fruit with granulated sugar or submerging them in a thick, syrupy brine, the process ensures that every bite remains deliciously rich and satisfying. The combination of sugar and salt in curing achieves the perfect balance between savory and sweet, a contrast that not only preserves but elevates the taste of food. In Amish kitchens, where modern refrigeration is absent, sugar curing remains a tried and true method, proving once again that the simplest ingredients often hold the greatest power. As more people turn to traditional preservation techniques, this age-old practice stands as a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness that have sustained generations before us. Vinegar's natural acidity makes it an exceptional preservative, acting like a suit of armor that shields food from decay. The Amish, much like alchemists of old, transform humble vegetables into vibrant, long-lasting delicacies through the art of pickling. Cucumbers, carrots, and cabbage, once prone to spoilage, are submerged in a tart, fragrant brine infused with an orchestra of herbs and spices. This technique not only extends their shelf life but also infuses them with a depth of flavor that awakens the senses. A bite into a crisp, pickled cucumber is like a burst of summer sunshine, its tangy punch balanced by the subtle warmth of garlic and dill. The vinegar does more than just preserve, it transforms, taking an ordinary vegetable and turning it into a snack, a condiment, or the perfect companion to a hearty Amish meal. Much like a fine wine that matures with time, pickled foods grow richer in taste as the flavors meld together, creating a culinary experience that modern refrigeration simply cannot replicate. The sharpness of vinegar acts as nature's own preservative, ensuring that even months after harvest, the crunch and zest of farm-fresh vegetables remain intact. In Amish households, rows of glistening jars filled with preserved produce line the shelves, each one a testament to the wisdom of age-old methods. The sight of these neatly arranged jars glowing in the dim light of a country kitchen is a reminder of the care and craftsmanship poured into each batch. This process is more than just a way to prevent food waste. It's a celebration of flavor, a nod to self-sufficiency, and a reminder that the simplest ingredients, when treated with care, can create something truly remarkable. As more people turn to traditional preservation techniques, Amish pickling remains an enduring symbol of how patience and simplicity can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Rendering lard is an age-old Amish technique that transforms animal fat into a natural preservative, much like nature's own wax seal on an important document. When food is submerged in rendered fat, an airtight barrier is created, locking out air and bacteria while preserving flavor and texture. This method, used for generations, ensures that foods remain fresh for months without the need for refrigeration. Imagine jars of tender, slow-cooked meat bathed in golden, silky lard, safely stored away for the cold months ahead. The richness of lard doesn't just preserve, it enhances, adding a depth of flavor that modern methods cannot replicate. Just as a candle's wax protects the flame, lard safeguards food, preventing exposure to spoilage and decay. The Amish use this technique not only for meats but also for biscuits and baked goods, ensuring a reliable food supply year-round. Lard is more than just a preservative. It is a fundamental ingredient in Amish kitchens, lending a flaky, tender texture to pie crusts and an unmistakable richness to home-cooked meals. Its ability to lock in moisture and enhance taste has kept it a staple in traditional cooking, despite the rise of modern alternatives. Whether spread over cast iron skillets to create a non-stick surface or mixed into dough to create perfectly crisp pastries, lard is an essential part of Amish culinary heritage. It's a reminder that simplicity, when mastered, can be the most powerful tool in preserving both sustenance and tradition. In a world where convenience often replaces craftsmanship, the Amish approach to rendering lard stands as a testament to the enduring value of time-honored methods, proving that the past still holds the key to flavorful, long-lasting nourishment. Drying foods is one of the simplest and most effective ways the Amish preserve perishables, a method that transforms fresh produce into nature's own time capsules. Fruits, vegetables, and even dairy products can be dried under the sun's golden embrace, or by the steady warmth of a wood-fired stove, locking in nutrients and flavors like a poet, capturing emotions in ink. Once properly dried, these foods are stored in airtight containers, waiting like treasures to be unearthed months later, still as vibrant and flavorful as the day they were prepared. A sun-dried apple slice becomes a bite of autumn, long after the orchards have shed their leaves, while dried tomatoes retain the essence of summer, their concentrated sweetness ready to add depth to a winter stew. Even dairy, when transformed into powdered milk or dried cheese, becomes a shelf-stable staple, ensuring that no drop of nourishment goes to waste. Herbs, too, are carefully dried and stored, ready to bring warmth and aroma to a hearty stew or soothing tea on a cold evening. This method is a testament to the Amish way of life, resourceful, patient, and deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. Drying food is not just about preservation, it's about savoring the seasons, turning fleeting abundance into something that can be enjoyed long after the harvest has passed. It is a reminder that simplicity, when done with care, is often the most profound form of ingenuity, ensuring that no part of the harvest is ever wasted and that the taste of summer can brighten even the coldest winter days. Pressure canning is one of the Amish community's most trusted food preservation methods, a practice that turns the fleeting bounty of summer into a pantry stocked with year-round sustenance. Much like nature sealing away fossils in layers of rock, pressure canning locks in the flavors and nutrients of fruits, vegetables, and soups, ensuring they remain fresh and nourishing for years to come. This method involves placing jars of prepared food in a pressurized canner, where high temperatures destroy harmful bacteria and create a vacuum seal preventing spoilage. A single jar of golden-hued peaches, canned at the height of summer's ripeness, can bring warmth to a cold winter's day with just a twist of the lid. Shelves lined with vibrant tomato sauce, crisp green beans, and hearty stews serve as a testament to careful planning and dedication, offering an ever-present reminder that self-sufficiency is not just a skill, but an art. The process requires patience and precision, as too little heat can leave food vulnerable to spoilage, while too much can alter its texture. But for the Amish, mastering this technique is as natural as tending a garden, each step a careful dance between science and tradition. With every jar carefully stored, the Amish prove that even in a world without refrigeration, Nature provides everything needed to preserve the essence of each season, ensuring that no harvest is ever wasted. As more people seek alternatives to artificial preservatives and frozen meals, pressure canning stands as a shining example of how knowledge and tradition can sustain a household through the harshest winters, keeping the flavors of summer alive all year long. During the cold months, Amish families embrace winter's icy grip as a natural ally in food preservation. The freezing temperatures transform their surroundings into an enormous outdoor refrigerator, where food can be stored in the open air, kept fresh by nature's own cooling system. Fruits, vegetables, and dairy products are placed in secure, covered areas, nestled in the embrace of packed snow and ice, where they remain crisp and unspoiled for weeks, sometimes months. It is a method as old as winter itself, practiced long before modern freezers became household staples. The Amish often store perishables in wooden crates lined with straw, much like a mother tucking her child into a warm bed, ensuring insulation from fluctuating temperatures. Some families go a step further, packing barrels with layers of ice and snow, creating makeshift ice chests that can keep items fresh well into spring. Picture apples resting beneath layers of frost, their skins taut and shiny, as if freshly plucked from the orchard, or a block of butter so firm from the cold that a knife must be warmed before slicing through. This method is not just about survival, but about working in harmony with the seasons, taking what nature offers and using it wisely. The Amish demonstrate that refrigeration need not be mechanical. Sometimes all it takes is a deep understanding of the elements and a willingness to let winter do the work. As the modern world grows increasingly dependent on artificial solutions, this practice stands as a reminder that nature itself provides some of the most reliable methods of preservation, requiring only patience and ingenuity to harness its full potential. Pemmican is more than just a preserved food. It is a survivalist's dream, a meal that defies time itself. A blend of dried food, rendered fat, and sometimes berries, pemmican is a powerhouse of nutrition that can last for years when stored properly. It is the culinary equivalent of a time capsule, locking in vital nutrients and energy in a compact, easy-to-carry form. The Amish, like generations of indigenous tribes before them, have mastered the art of making pemmican, ensuring they always have a supply of preserved food, whether for harsh winters, long journeys, or simply as a reliable staple in their pantries. Picture a block of pemmican, dense and rich, packed with enough sustenance to fuel a day's hard work on the farm. Its texture is firm yet yielding, with the occasional tart burst of dried berries cutting through the deep, savory taste of rendered fat and cured meat. It is the ultimate no-fuss food, requiring no cooking, no refrigeration, just a bite, and energy is restored. The Amish recognize its value not just as a food, but as a piece of history, a method perfected over centuries, standing as a testament to human ingenuity. Much like a well-built barn or a handcrafted quilt, pemmican is made with patience, skill, and an understanding of nature's balance. Whether stored in wax-sealed containers for safekeeping or packed into cloth bundles for travel, pemmican remains an essential part of Amish food preservation. It is a food of resilience, one that has nourished generations through hardship and abundance alike. In a world where modern conveniences often overshadow tradition, this simple yet effective food proves that sometimes the best solutions are the ones that have been with us all along. As more people turn to traditional, nutrient-dense foods, pemmican serves as a powerful reminder that the wisdom of the past still has a place in the present, offering both sustenance and a deep connection to history. The Amish have mastered the art of keeping food cold without the convenience of modern refrigeration. By relying on root cellars, salt curing, smoking, sugar curing, vinegar brining, rendering lard, drying, pressure canning, and natural freezing techniques, they ensure food stays fresh year-round. Their ingenuity proves that with careful planning and traditional methods, it's entirely possible to preserve food efficiently without electricity. This mastery of preservation is not just about practicality, but also about honoring a way of life that embraces simplicity, sustainability, and self-sufficiency. The ability to store food without modern appliances reflects a deep respect for the land and the wisdom of past generations. While technology continues to reshape the world, the Amish demonstrate that sometimes the best solutions are the ones that have stood the test of time. Their methods serve as a testament to human resilience, creativity, and the power of working in harmony with nature rather than against it. In an era of convenience, their approach reminds us that patience, knowledge, and tradition can still offer solutions as effective as any modern innovation.